Hello, everybody. Steve Graff here. Welcome to a special edition of Tackle Talk Live. I'm Ranger Diver Pro Staffer, and along with me is Kevin Jean, V&M General Manager for V&M Baits, and we've got a special show today, and that's why we're coming to you live today on Thursday, the October the what's today? 8th? October the 8th, and we've got a special guest going to come on with us, the ABA Tournament Director, Chris Wayan. He's got a special announcement we're going to make, and we'll talk about maybe the Bob Seeley, what's going on with that, with the storm coming in. Talk a little hurricane, what's happening with that, and any other tournaments that are maybe affected by that. But anyway, real quick, we got some sponsors we want to recognize.
Absolutely. We've got two new sponsors that we added this week for the month of October, and we talked a little bit about them Tuesday. Keys Toledo Bend Tackle and the Lakes Insurance Agency. You want to go over Keys for us there, Steve?
Located at 6302 State Highway 21 East Hemphill, Texas, just across the Pendleton Bridge right off Toledo Bend. Stop in for the latest fishing report and shop all the right tackle to make your fishing trip to Toledo Bend or Sam Rayburn a success. Whether your trip calls for bass fishing or white perch tackle, catfish bait, or the ultimate fighting shiner, Keys has you covered. And also, Ben Matsubu is a good friend of mine and Kevin's. We've known Ben for a long time. If you need latest information on what's going on at Toledo Bend or even Sam Rayburn, Ben is a guy, he won't steer you in the wrong direction. He won't feed you a line of bull. So feel free to stop in there and give Ben a shout, and as well as tell him you heard it on Tackle Talk Live. We'd appreciate that.
And the other new sponsor we picked up this week, the Lakes Insurance Agency, is an independent insurance agency that has been taking care of Texans' insurance needs for 25 plus years, offering auto, homeowners, boat, recreational, vehicle, life, health, and commercial insurance. The owner, Clark Moore, is a local guide and tournament angler who understands your insurance needs as a boat owner, wants to be your guy for your insurance needs. So give him a call for your free quote. Lost his phone number there. The agency is located at 805 Southeast Stallings, STE 3, Nacogdoches, Texas. Give them a call, 936-205-4467.
Also, the boat shop, Raymond Kidd, a guy that I've known for a long time, considered one of the top Yamaha mechanics to ever come out of their school, to Yamaha school. And if you're looking for a guy that knows about Yamahas and understands them inside and out, front to back, Raymond Kidd is your guy. They're also one of the best aluminum mates they offer, one of the best aluminum boats on the market with Sea Arc, made out of Arkansas. They're a full support Garmin dealer, offering the best electronics and the new Garmin trolling motor as well. Stop in at 2410 Sanford Avenue in Shreveport. Let the boat shop take care of all your boating needs. Give them a call at 318-402-0399 or go to shreveportboatshop.com to learn more.
And let's go over 3J's four-way Cypress Knee Outdoors, located just south of Natchitoches here off the interstate. So all of you guys coming up from South Louisiana, coming up the interstate here, you can stop right off there, the Cypress Floor exit. Check out our guys at Cypress Knee Outdoors. Deli, all your hunting and fishing, hunting gear, fishing tackle, V&M Baits, they've got you covered. Hunting season's up, they've got ammo, they've got your Winchesters, they've got everything you need for hunting season. So make sure and check them out. Located 1 mile east on Highway 49, exit 27, or call 318-238-HUNT.
And also Pride Rods, made right here in America, custom built here in Montgomery, Texas. The finest rods ever made by Mr. Billy Kistler. Constructed with the finest North Fork composite blank by Gary Loomis. They carry all your freshwater, saltwater applications for spinning and casting rods. Pride Rods, they definitely pass the eye test, but they surpass the test of performance even more. Stop by your local tackle store and pick up one, or simply ask about Pride Rods and ask your tackle dealer to carry them. You can also go online at priderods.com or call 832-418-6040. That's 832-418-6040. And give them a call today, and they'll take care of it. Hey, be a great Christmas gift for Dad, okay? Or if you got a son that's coming, hey, you can never have too many rods, Kevin.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
All right, on the phone, we have the man himself, and we're fixing to get, and before we get to the huge announcement, real quick, Chris Wayan, the tournament director for ABA. Chris, just real quick, give us a breakdown about ABA and the different circuits that are offered.
All right. Hey, everybody. How's it going today? American Bass Anglers has been around for quite some time. You guys may recognize ABA for the local American Fishing Tour division that we've got here. It fishes all the lakes around Shreveport, Bossier area. But we've also got the Open Series, which is a Pro-Am format, and that's what I'm a director for in the Southwest region, covering Oklahoma, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. Pro-Am event, boater co-angler format. It's been around for quite a while. I've been doing this 6 years now. But a couple other tours we have over toward the East Coast are the couples tour and a team trail. So American Bass Anglers is out there nationwide, and you guys need to come on out and fish tournament with me. Have a lot of fun.
And basically, didn't it get a start through the military? Isn't that how it kind of got started?
Long time ago. Yep. The idea for this was drawn up on a napkin between two individuals, Morris Sheehan and Mr. Cork, sitting down at dinner. Morris still has the napkin framed in his office, as a matter of fact. But military bass anglers is what they started.
Okay.
They wanted to get the opportunity for guys in the military to fish local events and travel to a national championship. And it's developed over the years. And here in a couple of weeks, we'll be going to Old Hickory in Tennessee for one of those tournaments, the national championships up there this year.
Cool. Been there. That's a great place to go fishing.
Yep, I love it.
Chris, Kevin Jean here, and I appreciate you coming on with us.
Yes, sir.
So, we've been kind of hinting around with this for a good week now of what you've got coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of let you tell everybody what we've got coming out that ABA has for us.
Okay. Well, a couple of years ago, the fishing industry's changed quite a bit over the years, guys. Everybody knows this. And I noticed a development between the Pro-Ams and then the next level up was a huge gap. We're talking $1,500, $1,600 more to enter these tournaments just to get out and enjoy yourself. And I was wondering what would happen if we were to bring back a tournament trail at that mid-entry level. Would guys fish it? So I started asking around, and everybody seemed to be very, very interested. So I came up with an idea, introduced it to the boss, and coming out next year, we are going to have an individual solo trail, no co-angler tournament trail, with a $600 entry fee and $20,000 to win at every event.
$600 entry fee, first place $20,000. Is that based on boats?
150 boat field is what we're looking to get.
Okay, so
as of right now, we're going to shoot for 150 boats. But this is a regional tournament trail. It's going to cover the entire area that I'm in. Just kicking things off this year, we're going to keep it with 3 tournaments, and we're going to have them on Toledo Bend, Sam Rayburn, and Eufaula, Oklahoma.
Okay. And you have the dates for those?
I do have the dates. All right. February 6th is at Toledo Bend out of Cypress Park. March 27th will be Sam Rayburn at Castles Boykin. And May 1st is Lake Eufaula, Oklahoma.
Got you. So that's 150 boats, Chris. It's first place, $20,000, guaranteed with 150 boats, which I don't think you're going to have any problem hitting that.
I hope I don't. I think it's going to go over very, very well. But $20,000 for a 2-day event, there's nothing out there like that anymore.
And all anglers fish both days.
That's correct.
No cuts. You just
So you're going to register by Wednesday at 5 o'clock. There's going to be an official practice period the week of the event. But after Wednesday, entries are no longer allowed, and then the tournament will take place Friday and Saturday.
And that's to prevent shotgunning, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's a good move. And if you sign up, for all 3 and you win one, you're guaranteed to go to the Ray Scott National Championship.
That is correct. The Ray Scott is our national championship that we have for the Pro-Am circuit right now, the Open Series. Very prestigious event. The winner of that event takes home $50,000 in cash and a $75,000 boat. So you're looking at over $100,000 in cash and prizes. And the format we're looking at, we know right now, if you win, you're in. But you have to fish all 3 tournaments.
Right.
Okay. You can't just fish one, get there, and then that's it. You got to fish all 3 events. If you win it, you're in it. And then we're probably going to take some of the top points holders and the Angler of the Year for that division as well.
Right.
Real quick, for everybody following and watching live on Facebook, if you've got any questions for Chris that you want to get in, comment here, and we'll make sure to get this in. We're going to keep jumping into all this with Chris here and all the info. So is there any, is everybody allowed to fish? I know different levels. Are you going to have certain pros with certain entry fees? Are they allowed in this event? Is this open to absolutely everybody?
It is open to everybody. I mean, obviously an ABA membership will be required, but we're not going to put limitations on who is eligible. If a tournament pro wants to fish the event, let them do it. I mean, the opportunity to fish with some of these guys, people look forward to that. You know, they can say, hey, I fished against so-and-so. And,
with the $600 entry fee, I don't think you're going to have somebody coming up there nervous about fishing against somebody. If they're going to pay $600, you don't care who you fish against.
Right.
That's right. That's right. And that's the caliber of anglers we're looking for. And like I stated before, that area, that mid-level field has completely disappeared.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Back when gas prices peaked, we used to have something called the Stren Series. It was another Pro-Am format, but the entries were $650 and $350, I believe. Mm-hmm. And it held off for a couple of years, but gas prices went up over $4 a gallon. And honestly, people couldn't afford to do it anymore because they were burning thousands of dollars in a tournament.
Right.
Just on fuel, and that kind of curtailed everything.
No, you're right. We are missing that level of tournament, and I'm so glad y'all come up with that, because paying, I mean, you went anywhere from a BFL $200 to the Opens and everything that's $1,800. Good question here. Clark Ream, local guy, local tournament angler, FLW guy.
Clark.
Yep. He just put a question in for us. Do you have a guide rule? No guide rule. Okay. Yeah. Because so again, it goes back to you're not keeping anybody out from fishing. It's open to absolutely everybody.
That's right. Now, thinking back to the rules that we do have in place, there is the one, and I'm not sure if it's going to be incorporated, because all this is going to get ironed out as things develop, and it will be put on the website before the season starts, obviously. But there was a guide rule at one point where you couldn't have guided on the waters in the past 30 days leading up to an event.
Right.
And
I'm saying you can't go out and fish, but you can't have a guide trip yourself within the 30 days. I don't know if that's going to fall into place with this or not. I'm not 100% yet.
But that's pretty standard with a lot of circuits. The guide rule, 30 days. That's pretty normal. So
yeah.
All right. I've got a list of questions here, Chris, because this is all new to me, and this is just coming, to me and Steve. I'm sure you got some more here as well. So the 150 boat field, are we capping it at 150? What if you get more?
That's the target that we're going to shoot for. Now, obviously, if we get an overwhelming response on this, yes, we'll bump it up higher.
Okay. All right. And I'm assuming everybody pays at once. I mean, do you have a date to pay your deposit by if you're going, register for all three?
Yes, there will be a date for a deposit. I'm not exactly sure how much it's going to be, but that a deposit go toward each event, and there will be a deadline to pay your entry fee for that event as well.
Another question, because I remember this was a question with FLW when they used to cap theirs at 200. In order to get in, you weren't allowed, because of the demand was so great, you had to sign up for all three events. And if you didn't, they put your name on a list. If somebody said, I just want to sign up for Rayburn or Toledo, well, no, if you're not signing up for all three, we'll have a certain date you'll be allowed to enter those if the field is not full. But I just wonder, is there going to be anything like that as well that, kind of encourages guys to commit to the circuit?
Right. It's a very good possibility. And obviously we will take package entries up front.
Right.
And they will have priority over anybody that wants to fish individual events.
That's my question. Okay.
The one thing that everybody asks me about is jackpotting. That's one thing that everybody wants to avoid. Somebody just wants to fish Rayburn, they take 20 grand out of someone's pocket, and they're competing for points, obviously.
Right.
We're going to try to avoid that in some way. We haven't hashed everything out in detail, but if there's any input, I'm more than welcome to listen to it, and we can get that ironed out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So let's get back to the payout. And I apologize, Chris. I'm kind of jumping all over the place here. Payout percentage. How many percentage? What's your payout percentage?
As of right now, we're looking at 80%, and then the other 20 is going to be contributed to the Ray Scott. Initially, when I first came up with this idea, I was looking at five tournaments on a season, and we would have a championship at the end of the year. But it's just too much. There's not enough Saturdays in a year anymore. Anybody that scheduled tournaments knows that, because we just want to fish, but the weekends are limited. So right now with the 3 events, the payout's going to start at $20,000 and run down on a 150 boat field. And 20% of the field it pays 30 places.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it bumps up to 200, you're looking at 50 places.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And I really think could be.
That's pretty much the standard across all the tournament trails out there. So.
Well, and I can go ahead and tell you now. Me and Kevin both can tell you, there ain't nobody paying 80% back.
So wait a minute. Chris, help me here with my math. So if first place is $20,000, what's second place going to be?
10.
Off 150 boats.
10,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I mean, that's.
It starts out at 20 and goes to 10 to 5 to 4.
That was
as long as you break the top 10, you're taking home over $1,000.
Yeah.
top 10's taking almost $1,000 with a $600 entry fee. So for everybody just clicking on, let's kind of recap everything we've went over here, and we're still diving into all this with ABA Tournament Director Chris Way. And so ABA has announced next year a new pro circuit. It's a $600 entry fee. First place guaranteed $20,000 with 150 boats.
Yes.
3 tournaments. One on Toledo Bend, February 6th. One on Sam Rayburn, March 27th. And Lake Eufaula in Oklahoma on May 1st.
Correct.
And again, you're still ironing out the details as far as, like right now in the ABA Open Series, the top 10 from each division make the Ray Scott. But this may be, and according to me speaking to Morris Sheehan, he was like, we're going to make the Ray Scott a lot more prestigious and a little more difficult to get to, which I think is good.
Yes.
I think it adds validity. It adds quality to the circuit. I just think it makes it better. And so I think it should be something, especially with the name Ray Scott attached to it, it should mean something to get to that event.
Right.
That's
Absolutely.
right. And again, the biggest thing with this tournament trail, it's a singles tour. There are no co-anglers.
Yeah, and that's
which
I know that's
nobody is doing right now. Nobody has that.
And of course, one of the questions the guys are going to in the back of their mind, because we all know there are certain guys out there that don't want to follow the rules. How are you going to protect the anglers from somebody cheating? And of course, we all know things can happen that are out of anybody's control. But will there be a polygraph?
100%. Yes, at every tournament there will be a polygraph.
And it
Minimum
could,
of 3 individuals will be tested.
So it could be a random thing too. Yeah, not just the
That's
winner.
right.
Yeah, I fully support that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing that Mr. Sheehan and I talked about yesterday, he threw this at me, and we're going to do it. Each tournament is going to have a big bass worth $1,000, and it's included in your entry.
Oh heck.
Okay.
That worked.
All right. So AOI.
Yeah, Angler of the Year. That's where I was going. What about Angler of the Year? I know you're still ironing out more details, but what are you thinking right now? Is anything you can announce with AOI?
AOI will definitely get a spot in the Ray Scott. That's a guarantee. We've already discussed that. But the possibility of, like the Open Series, I tossed it around with him. Right now, the Open Series Angler of the Year earns free entry into the following season. At all the tournaments, one division of their choice. It's a possibility that AOI from this trail may also get free entry into 2022.
So that's $1,800 value there.
Right.
Yeah.
On top of the Ray Scott. It's a possibility, not a guarantee yet.
Right. But do you foresee any monetary gain at all from, AOI?
That's a possibility as well.
Okay.
Right.
One of the things, we wanted to get the word out, and things develop, questions come up. We'll get answers to them.
That doesn't affect a lot of people, but it does affect some that, because
it's going to affect your
not everybody
jackpot.
can be Angler of the Year. And they all know who they can't, but, there are going to be some guys that's going to be a question.
Well, I mean, you're going to fill up Toledo Bend and Sam Rayburn.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah,
You will fill those up easily. So, the AOI will just help more anglers go to Eufaula, what all is offered for AOI.
Also, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, there's 2 divisions in this. There's a Southeastern United States division and a Southwest division, which we're in the Southwest, and then Alabama, Georgia, Florida, I think they're over there in the Southeast, correct?
That's right. Yeah, originally when I pushed this through, it was just going to be my area, and he talked with me, and he's like, you know what, let's take it down there too, because they got some great fisheries. Eufaula, Alabama.
Oh, yes.
Like, all the Florida lakes, Okeechobee, Toho, St. Clair, Seminole, They're going to look at getting a division going over there as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's see here. I'm trying to think. I had another question for you.
When are y'all going to try to have all this up, Chris, that people can register? I mean, when are you shooting for? I know all this is still coming out, but when are we trying to shoot for people to able to get on register and pay deposits?
I think from what I read in an email going back and forth yesterday, it's probably going to be posted today on our website. And as far as registrations go, it may take place here in about a couple of weeks.
Okay. Now, another question I've got, back to the tournament format, 5-fish limit, I assume.
Yes.
Also, off limits. Is there going to be any dead water off limits period for these events?
As of right now, no, but there are official practice days, and that's going to start on Monday, the week of the event. And under our rules with official practice days, you can only pre-fish with another contestant in the tournament, an immediate family member, or a staff member.
Okay. But in order to be in the tournament, if you pre-fish on Monday, you have to already be registered.
Yes.
Correct? So,
That is
and
correct.
tournament days will be Friday, Saturday, not Saturday, Sunday, but Friday, Saturday, right?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure everybody understands that as well, because that means some guys have to take extra day off. Okay. We got the lakes, we got the payout, qualify, entry fees. I think we pretty much
Open up to everybody.
open up to everybody.
Yep. No
And
limitation.
well, Chris, I think this is going to be a home run for ABA. I commend you and ABA and Moore Sheehan for doing this, because, again, so many guys, including myself, were so tired of writing checks for $1,800
Yes.
for a $30,000 payback, and 3 or 4 days of fishing, and it just got to where it wasn't worth it. And there are a lot of guys that it's expensive, and this is something. Now,
Well, you're going to get a whole nother crowd of people.
oh, no doubt.
You're going to get that BFL crowd of people that let's just take it in ABA and your ABA circuit, the BFL circuit that tops 250.
Yes.
That you're going to get it in this that will pay $600. I tell you right now, Chris, you might as well go ahead and open this thing up, because February 6th and March 27th, you're over 150 boats.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you're
I
over
agree.
that.
I agree. And that's what I was hoping for. And like that target of 600, just like you said, Steve, you're paying that on an individual event.
Yeah.
Now you can take that 1,800 and fish an entire series.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
guaranteed to fish both days. There's no cut. I mean, you can bounce back on day 2 and have a good day and recover sometimes, and at least maybe get a check. I just think it's a win-win all the way around. And now let me ask you this.
Look what could happen to a guy that wins 2 out of the 3 tournaments. That's $40,000.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, come on. Who wouldn't want that?
Well,
Well, when you got one on Toledo and one on Rayburn, that's very possible to happen, because you got guys that,
yeah.
that
Now-
are licking their chops for both of those already, I can tell you.
I know you went to
right.
3 events this year because we were kind of late getting our tournament dates, and we were kind of late getting boat ramps secured. Is it possible that this may go to a 4 tournament format in 2022?
And it's on championship. We
Yeah,
already
and our own
well,
champ.
it's definitely. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Because when I originally proposed this, there were 5,
Yeah,
and then we bumped it down to 4 because we were running out of dates.
right.
Like you said, we got on it a little bit late, but then we figured, okay, you know what? Let's just try 3. And if this works and does as good as we hope it does,
Yeah.
who knows where it'll go?
Yeah, I totally, and I really believe, and I speak for I think a lot of guys, including Kevin, a championship of our own is really important.
Oh, absolutely. A
Sure.
championship,
Oh,
if you can get this circuit's own championship, one for points purposes, say top 30, top 50, however, make the championship.
Right.
People are going to have to fish all year long, number one. And if you can get the AOY worked out to where maybe it gets some money at the end of the year, or for sure as entries are paid, this is, this is ideal for people at this level that are not wanting to pay that $1,800 entry fee. I mean, y'all have excellent job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This-
Now, just to give you a little clue, when I first sat down and put this together on paper, it was before all of this had developed. I had come up with the idea, okay, I'm going to have one division in the Southwest. Let's look at 5 tournaments. And I was able to do math on a 70% payback with a 20% holdover for a championship. It's not going to happen this year, but down the road it may.
right.
Given the 5 tournaments and the way the math worked out, I had it set to where at the end of the season, the top 50 would qualify for that championship. Okay. No entry fee. and if you showed up, you were taking home $500.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
The winner would get $25,000.
I mean,
And
just
that was just off one division.
yeah, and just 50th place getting $500 just for showing
Just
up.
for showing up.
I mean,
Yeah.
that
if you made that championship in the top 50, you get $500 just for being there.
You're gonna
I
have,
mean,
you're
that
gonna-
might
you,
cover
you
you-
make all that happen next year, you'll have
Yeah.
300 boats in a tournament. Or,
Yeah.
Hey, if we do, then guess what? The money gets bigger.
yeah.
God.
No, I think it's going to be huge.
So, Chris, are you going to, as this grows, as obviously it will, are we going to try to keep this Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma region?
Well, my coverage region, like I said, for the Southwest is Oklahoma, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas. Now, currently, we don't have a division in Louisiana, and I hate that because there's a lot of good friends here that fish a lot of tournaments. But for some reason, the Pro-Am circuit just didn't work out. Steve, you know what I'm talking about. BFL is the same way.
Yeah.
But in that region of mine, those 5 states right there, that's where everything for me will be taking place.
Well, the ideal thing is for the championship to always be on Red River. That would be the
I'm sure you
ideal
guys in
tournament.
Skeeter are loving it right now.
That'd be the ideal tournament, Chris, right there. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, go down to Red River South this week and see how much they're loving it.
We're probably gonna get a lot of comments right here on our. They're not gonna like that comment.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't, Steve. I can't come up with anything else.
No, I think
he asked every question that I had wrote down, and more info it will be coming out. So
yeah.
And again, and once
for everybody that's out there listening, just be patient with us.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the first year we're doing it. There might be a couple hiccups here and there, but as far as tournament procedures, Steve, you fish with me, you know how I run events.
Yeah.
I'm by the book, everything, and it doesn't matter where you go across the country. Every tournament I run is the same.
Right.
So,
right.
You know, things may develop, it may change. So just come out and enjoy yourself this year. Let's get it kicked off right, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
All I want you to do, Chris, now, what's the name of this tour? Is it going to be the ABA Pro Series, Pro Tour? What's it?
We're tossing it around. At first, I said the ABA Pro Tour. Moore's thinking maybe the 150 Tour, you know, for 150 boats. But if that doesn't hold up, we'll change it. We really don't have a name nailed down. So ABA Pro Tour is what I'm calling it for now.
Well, I'm looking at, there's one under the tour says new 150 Series. But isn't that the 150 Motor Series?
There used to be the 150 Motor Series, yes.
So I'm wondering if this was it. Under construction for 20. Nope, that's what he's calling it, the 150 Series. Under construction for 2021. I'm on the website. There's nothing else posted there right now, but it says new the 150 Series. So I assume
I saw that last night.
You might as well change that to the 300 series because that's going about the number of draws you're going to get.
Exactly. I think you need to look at the name again because I'm like Kevin. This is going to go off the chart. I like Pro Tour. I think it gives it some validity as well. But anyway, okay. So when you know for sure that stuff is posted, if you don't mind, text me and say, hey, everything is online, and we will help get the word out.
Absolutely.
Well, through our Facebook and everything else. So
awesome.
And, we want everybody to know when they can register. Another thing, does anybody like, of course, I'm not one of those guys. I'm a Ranger boat owner, but like you're a Triton owner. Do you get priority? Do you have so many spots like Ranger used to do with FLW?
Like Tackle Talk gets 2 spots.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Tackle Talk's guaranteed 2 spots. We already know that. But no, seriously, is there any boat series that gets priority over another?
As far as entries are concerned at this moment, no.
Okay, good.
It's open to whoever.
I like that. I think that's good. I think that's good. Everybody should have an opportunity just because you don't own a Ranger or a Triton or a Skeeter, whatever the one's required. We all know why that was. It was designed to sell boats, you know. So, okay.
Yeah, and that's not what we're about. We're about the angler. So
there you go.
Chris, I appreciate you being on with us today, man. We've tons of people watching.
I'm glad to do it.
A lot of great comments we've got coming in through YouTube and Facebook. So we appreciate it, and letting us announce it for you. And I think great things to come for sure.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good year.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it, bud.
All right, guys. Take care.
Chris Wayan, ABA tournament director, hopefully for the new 150 series, as well as the opens that I know me and Kevin have both been fishing for a while. And I think Chris does a wonderful job.
He does.
I think he got a great guy. He's been running the national championship for Ray Scott the last couple of years. And Everybody really, he just does a wonderful job, and I think he'll be in charge this year at the Nationals at Ray Scott. Okay, Kevin, we got a few questions.
I think he answered most of them. How many places are paid for a full field?
I didn't know if those are recent or.
He said 20%.
20% of the field.
80% payout. So, I mean, that, again, because we've got viewers coming and going, kind of recap here what all he went through, Steve. So the ABA Pro Series, 150 Series, whatever they decide to call it, they're looking at 150 boat field, first place, $20,000, 80% payback. So on that, second place is $10,000 off of a $600 entry fee. $600 entry fee. Schedule is February 6th, Toledo Bend, March 27th, Sam Rayburn, May 1st, Eufaula.
Now, and I want to encourage guys, if you're following this circuit, and we want this to continue and to be a good circuit, if you're going to follow it, okay? Let's do all three. Yeah, it's in Oklahoma, but let's be honest. We're spoiled down here, okay? We've got Sam Rayburn, Toledo.
You got Lake of the Pines. You've got Red River. Yes. You can put a full circuit on right here.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I actually encourage Chris for this coming year. What didn't pan out, but for next year, he is looking to spread it out more. Again, we're trying to make this a regional thing, and we want the guys from Oklahoma to come down here and donate their money to us, and then when we go up there, maybe we donate to them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we want a good mix of Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma guys to fish this circuit. That's what makes it special to me. You get to know new people, you get to meet new guys. Honestly, you go to Rayburn, Toledo, it's the same crew. It's just like an old softball tournament. You have the same teams you got to beat every single tournament.
Yeah.
Nothing changes. Let's mix it up a little bit, and that's why I think Chris and ABA, they're starting it off right. But
it's really good dates, too.
Yeah, and don't be surprised next year he kind of moves it around a little bit, so don't freak out if he does. Just fish it, okay? Just go fish and have a good time.
And somebody made a comment, the March 27th date, which will be on Sam Rayburn, conflicts with the Texas Team Trail. It does with Amistad. So the Texas Team Trail, for all you guys fishing it will be at Lake Amistad that weekend. But as we were talking to Chris before he came on, there's just not, and you guys know how Rayburn is right now. There was nothing he could do about that. He hated to maybe possibly lose some of those guys that are going to fish the Texas Team Trail, but there's just not another weekend.
Well,
that was the only weekend he was able to put the tournaments, and I believe it's going out of Castle Boykins.
Yeah, I was actually involved a little bit with Chris trying to help put these together, and even Kevin, didn't realize that it is really difficult. I really praise any tournament director, whether you're Chad Potts with Bass Champs, the Triple T, Outlaw Outdoors, Bob Seeley. I mean, good gosh, it is endless, the number of tournaments and the number of boat ramps that are overtaken and booked in advance. It's hard to get a date. And so I commend Chris for such a late put together, making this happen at least for 3 events. So congratulations to Chris. Again, next year he'll be able to get out there a little bit earlier, reserve some ramps a little bit earlier. But like Kevin just said, Castle Boykin, I think, is going to be the main ramp for the ABA Open Series, which I know that's right because I looked at it yesterday. All of them are going out of Castle Boykin, as well as this tour is going out of Castle Boykin as well. So actually, that saves a lot of guys some gas money.
From running,
from having to run from the dam all the way up, because that's where everybody wants to fish anyway. So anyway, I think it's great. I'm looking forward to it. You guys, all your comments, we really appreciate it. Spread the word. Really get the word out on this. I mean, call your buddies. Say, hey, man, you gotta go to Tackle Talk Live and check out this interview. Chris really does a great job.
That's breaking announcement. That has not been posted anywhere yet.
No,
that has nobody has heard that. So
fresh off the news wire.
If you do us a favor, make sure like and share this video. Share the YouTube footage as well. So let's get the word out there for Chris and for ABA. Again, great, a $600 entry fee. We don't have, and he's right. BFL's, ABA's is $200 entry fee.
Yeah.
The next one is
for a 52% payback.
Yeah, for a single. Now this I'm talking about for a single. We have things in between, somewhat Bass Champs, Texas Team Trail for the team tournaments.
Yeah.
But for an individual circuit, there is nothing out there between $200 and $1,800.
No.
To my knowledge.
No, there's not.
And for a pay, you're fishing for $20K for $600 $600. You know, Bass Champs and some of those other ones, you're fishing for $20K, where you're only going to get half of it. It's a team tournament most of the time. So, great job of Chris by putting this together and making this happen.
And again, this is so new. The website's not even constructed yet. It's under construction, so I'm sure in the next couple of days they'll have that up and ready to go with all the details, and all the rules will be posted. So again, keep going to, and again, when we find out, we will help try to send word out, maybe text some of you guys. We'll put it on our
We'll
Facebook
announce it
page.
on the shows.
Yeah, we'll announce it.
As week by week progresses, as it's more up on the website, and as you can register, we'll keep updating you guys on our weekly shows. And that way get the word out for you guys, the ones that want to get registered for this new tournament trail. So,
all right, now what else we got?
Moving on to the Sealies this weekend. I hope you've got plenty of rain jackets. I hope you are ready for a lot of wind. But seriously, guys, be safe out there. I know a lot of you still fishing the Sealy Outdoors event this weekend. This thing has slowly but surely turned more and more west. The hurricane I'm talking about, it's got it coming straight up through central Louisiana. So Sam Rayburn is going to get some wind off of this.
Yeah, and as a buddy of mine said yesterday, it's going to get a little lumpy at Sam Rayburn.
Yeah, it's going to get a lot
probably
lumpy.
Toledo Bend as well.
It's going to get a lot lumpy. That is.
But anyway, so yeah, and I'm sure, of course, that's a trailer tournament. The Sealy's a trailer tournament. So just be cautious, be careful. Bob said the event is still on. I talked to him just a little while ago. Everything is a go. They're going to brave it out, and it may end up sliding. And really, it may only affect you for one day, because once Saturday gets here, it's out of here.
Right.
So Friday's the only day you may have an effect.
Sure, you'll still have some wind.
Yeah,
but
probably
as far as rain and everything goes, Friday's going to be. It's going to be a lot of rain Friday. Yeah. But Friday's going to be the only day that affects you.
Exactly. And also, the Toyota Series is coming up. Southwest Division comes to Rayburn October 15th, a week from this coming weekend. And looking for that. That'll be another great event. I actually might try to go over there and get with some of those guys and visit with them some, because that's a lot of you big names guys are going to show up for that. So that should be a really good, and that should be the final event for the year, isn't it? For the
Toyota, yes. Yeah. I know our good friend Justin Cooper is fighting for AOY. He's sitting in third place or fourth place, I believe.
Yeah.
Going into the AOY, and a lot of guys are fighting to make that championship. The Toyota Series moved. To make the championship, you have to finish top 25 in points.
Right.
I know. Of course, talked to Gleason yesterday. He's right there around that bubble. Cole Moore and a lot more local guys are right there around that bubble, making their championship, which is on Lake Cumberland, up in Kentucky. So, and it was there last year. So a lot of these guys have some prior history on that lake. So all of them want to make it back. Mm-hmm. So good luck to all of them guys, and hopefully Cooper can bring home AOY.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Local boy. He's one of the guys we pull him for, former Northwestern State fishing team member, and along with Kevin. Kevin's kind of helped start that whole deal at Northwestern State. And a lot of guys have done well coming out of that program. So Justin's just another one of the guys that has the opportunity to do really well and hopefully continue to take his fishing to another level. So, and does a great job of guiding at Toledo Bend.
Absolutely.
All right, Kev, I think that's going to wrap us up.
I think that does wrap it up for today. Just want to give one more shout out to our sponsors. The Boat Shop, located in Shreveport, Louisiana, certified Yamaha and full support Garmin dealer. 3J's 4-Way Cypress Knee Outdoors, just south of Natchitoches here for all you guys coming up the interstate. It's the Cypress Floor Exit 27.
127.
127, I'm sorry. Yeah. Stop in. Deli, all your fishing tackle, hunting, ammo, all that you need, stop right there. Great place to stop and get everything you need going to the lake. Keys Toledo Bend Tackle, located just across Pendleton Bridge, right there at the Crease Creek boat ramp. Keith's got everything you need for Sam Rayburn, Toledo Bend, white perch fishing, cat fishing, everything you need. Stop by, give Keith and Ben, tell them we said hello from Tackle Talk
As well
Live.
as information.
Absolutely.
They're open to share with you. So.
Absolutely. Pride Rods, made right there in South Texas. The finest rods ever made by Mr. Billy Kistler. You need to check them out. Check out their website. Give them a call, as we alluded to earlier with all the phone numbers there. But Pride Rods, they're doing a great job. Last but not least, new this week, the Lakes Insurance Agency. It's owned and operated by Mr. Clark Moore, local guide and tournament angler. located in Nacogdoches, Texas. About any type of insurance you need, from homeowners, boat, recreational, life, health, commercial, you name it. Give Mr. Clark Moore a call, 936-205-4467.
Also, again, if you'd like to become a sponsor of the show, as we continue to grow in that area, obviously we feel like we're doing something right because we're continuing to pick up more sponsors. That's great. If you're interested, believe me, it's very affordable. Kevin and I are not trying to get rich off this thing. We're just trying to please you, give you some good exposure, as well as expose your company or whatever product you may have. We'd love to be a part of that. And just message us on our Facebook page. We'll make sure we get back to you. We'll send you a packet so you'll have all the details in there as to what we can do and how we can benefit you. Also, make sure to subscribe on our YouTube page. That's something we've kind of neglected a little bit. Go to our YouTube page, click subscribe. That way you get all the notifications and everything. So when we got new stuff coming out.
And guys, it's everything Toledo Bend, Sam Rayburn. Tackle Talk Live. We formed this. Toledo Bend, Sam Rayburn, we have such a huge following here.
Yep.
People come from all over Texas, Louisiana, all over the nation, really, to fish our lakes here. And it's always people want to get reports or how people know how the tournaments are going here. And that's all Tackle Talk Live is. We felt like we needed a show that, basically broke down the tournaments at Sam Rayburn, Toledo Bend. As we do, we usually have a big tournament. We have the winners on to talk about how they did it, what they did, so on and so forth. And I think this is something our area definitely needs.
And we're having such an impact with some of these guys coming on. Some of them don't want to come on anymore and reveal what they're doing because word's getting out and too many people are watching the show. So that's a good thing, though. But hey, keep tuning in, keep watching. And again, if you want to be a better angler, you got to watch Tackle Talk Live.